Okay, this is a very close game actually. He plays Scandinavian defense. Gets his queen out right away. He attacks the king, and actually the best move here is bishop out. Getting your bishop to e2 here. Attack the queen. Generally, you get to defend a lot or develop a lot of your pieces if they play like this. Now, I attack the queen. He moves. Now he's threatening to take the knight and then take the bishop. So I have to move that bishop. It's actually indirectly attacked. I don't want him to take on g2 also. So it takes on the knight, get my bishop out. So I got two bishops. He only has one, but I'm going to trade it off here for this knight to double up his pawns. Um, this pawn move here is basically limiting his knight's jumping squares. His knight, because I'm controlling f4 also with my bishop, his knight really can't get too close to me at this point here. Put my knight in a better square. It really wasn't doing anything in that square. Now I get my my pawns in a better position. He's threatening to checkmate me here almost, potentially. It's close to a checkmate, but it's not quite. So I'm going to defend that. Here, he doesn't have to take it actually. He can just do something else, but he decided to trade. Attacking the pawn. He's trying to get at my king, or my queen. Take the pawn first. Now I bring my bishop back. He castles. Take the knight. So now if you look at some of his pawns, they're very isolated here. First of all, he's starting to take on this pawn here. My pawn on d4. So I'm going to push this pawn here. It's attacking his queen. I thought maybe he might not even see it. He does see it. Check. I do a rook lift. I'm lifting my rook. Now he's threatening my queen, so I decided let's just trade queens. He doesn't take. So now we do trade queens. Take this pawn. The whole point of getting over there also was to just get my queen unpinned from that pawn on d4. So now actually I can take on here c5 here. Now my pawns are in very good structure. I'm going to trade off my rooks, defend this pawn, and actually I can actually just take this pawn. So at this point I'm up by 2 pawns. Could have tried a perpetual check here, maybe try and draw. You didn't go for that. I want to stay on the second rank here, because if he gets on the second rank, he can start taking some of my pawns. So that can get dangerous. At this point, his king is getting very dangerously close to my pawns. And for him, because he really can't push his queen any further up. Because of those 2 pawns, they work so well together. Just side by side, they control all 3 of those squares where his king could get closer. So it's at this point I realized, if I move my rook, he's likely going to put me in check, maybe take some of my pawns. But the thing is, if I move here, his king can't move anymore. So if he does put me in check, which he does, and I planned all this out beforehand, and actually the moves were very quick, maybe 1 second each. He moved so quickly. He actually blundered here and just blundered a rook. But the idea of this king move here is that either he's getting checkmated or he's losing his rook. Because whatever he does, there's pretty much, I don't think, any way to stop checkmate there. So you just push the pawn. That was the whole idea of getting the king closer, but it's also attacking the rook. So he just can't stop it.